Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 2026 or 619. Today, we're diving into some pivotal developments from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. Our top story today centers on the economics of AI agents and a potentially significant shift in enterprise AI infrastructure. Microsoft is moving Copilot Cowork to usage based pricing and is reportedly exploring a fine tuned, self hosted version of DeepSeek V4 as a lower cost alternative to the Anthropic and OpenAI models currently powering the platform. According to reporting from Axios and follow up coverage across multiple outlets, Microsoft expects to introduce a lower cost model option within weeks. Importantly, any DeepSeek based offering would reportedly be optional and hosted on Azure, allowing customer data to remain within Microsoft's cloud environment. Why does this matter? Agentic systems such as Copilot Cowork, Anthropic Claude Code, and OpenAI Codex generate far more model calls than traditional chat interfaces because they continuously plan, execute, verify, and iterate. That means inference costs become a major operational concern. One reported comparison places Anthropic's flagship pricing at roughly $50 per million tokens versus approximately 87 cents per million tokens for DeepSeek V4 Pro, a dramatic cost difference. The broader takeaway is that enterprise AI is entering a phase where model economics matter as much as model intelligence. Organizations increasingly need to evaluate total cost of ownership, including hosting, safety engineering, monitoring, and compliance, alongside raw performance metrics. Microsoft's exploration of open source alternatives reflects a growing industry focus on making agentic workflows economically sustainable at scale. Next, we turn to a major legal battle that could shape the future of AI agents interacting with the web. Amazon and Perplexity AI remain locked in a dispute over Perplexity's agentic browser Comet and whether autonomous AI agents can legally access online services on behalf of users. Amazon sued Perplexity in late 2025, alleging that Comet accessed Amazon systems without authorization, violating the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, commonly known as the CFAA, along with California Penal Code Section 502. Earlier this year, Judge Maxine M. Chesney granted a preliminary injunction restricting Perplexity's activities and ordering destruction of data obtained from Amazon. However, the case has now reached the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which heard oral arguments on June 11th. The injunction remains stayed pending appeal. During arguments, a panel judge observed that the CFAA, originally enacted in 1986, is not really built for these circumstances. That statement highlights why this case matters far beyond the companies involved. The core question is whether an AI agent acting with user credentials and user intent should be treated as an authorized extension of the user or as an independent actor subject to platform restrictions. The outcome could influence how developers build shopping agents, browsing assistants, workflow automation systems, and other forms of agentic software. For AI product teams, the decision may ultimately determine the legal boundaries of credentialed automation across the web. Our third major story comes from the AI infrastructure race, where Amazon is exploring a direct challenge to NVIDIA's dominance in AI accelerators. According to Bloomberg and TechCrunch reporting, Amazon is in early discussions about selling its custom Trainium chips directly to third-party data centers outside AWS. AWS AI chief Peter DeSantis reportedly said that AI demand is so strong that external sales would not meaningfully reduce cloud consumption. The scale of Amazon's silicon business helps explain that confidence. Trainium, Graviton, and Nitro reportedly surpassed a $20 billion annual revenue run rate during the first quarter of 2026 and continue to grow at triple-digit rates. Demand for Trainium remains substantial. Anthropic has reportedly signed agreements covering up to 5 gigawatts of Trainium capacity through AWS, while OpenAI has committed to approximately 2 gigawatts. Meanwhile, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy has publicly suggested that an external chip business could eventually reach a $50 billion annual revenue run rate. For infrastructure teams, this development signals a potentially broader accelerator market. If Amazon successfully commercializes Trainium outside AWS, buyers could gain another large-scale alternative to NVIDIA. The key questions will involve manufacturing capacity, software support, deployment tooling, and whether Amazon can maintain sufficient supply while serving both cloud customers and external purchasers. Our final top story takes us beyond Earth. SpaceX has unveiled AI-1, its first-generation orbital AI data center satellite, ahead of the company's recent NASDAQ debut. According to Data Center Dynamics and Tom's Hardware, AI-1 is designed to deliver 150 kilowatts of peak compute power and 120 kilowatts of average compute power. The spacecraft spans roughly 70 meters tip to tip and incorporates a 110 square meter deployable liquid radiator to manage heat in the vacuum of space. Elon Musk stated that AI-1 reuses Starlink V3 technologies and described the platform as simpler than a Starlink satellite. Even more ambitious is SpaceX's filing for a future constellation of up to 1 million such satellites. The concept promises access to near-constant solar energy and reduced dependence on terrestrial power grids. However, experts continue to highlight major engineering obstacles, including radiation hardening, thermal management, launch economics, and in-orbit servicing. Astronomers have also raised concerns about interference with sky observations, while other experts warn about orbital debris risks if large compute constellations become widespread. At this stage, AI-1 represents a bold infrastructure experiment rather than a proven commercial model. Still, it demonstrates how rapidly the AI industry is expanding its search for future compute capacity. Now, for a few other key updates in our lightning round. GitHub is retiring GitHub Models in a staged rollout. As of June 16th, new customers can no longer access the service. Existing users retain access for now, but GitHub has signaled a full retirement is coming. The platform originally offered developers access to models including Llama 3.1, GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, Cohere Command, and Mistral Large 2. GitHub is directing new users toward Azure AI Foundry. OpenAI has expanded its ChatGPT advertising pilot to South Korea, making it the sixth market after the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Ads will only appear for adult users on the free and go tiers. Users on Plus, Pro, Business, Enterprise, and Edu plans remain ad-free. OpenAI says advertisers receive only aggregated performance metrics and that ads are excluded from sensitive conversations involving topics such as mental health and politics. Infineon Technologies is increasing AI-related investment to approximately 2.7 billion euros this fiscal year. The company projects data center-related revenue growth from about 1.5 billion euros in 2026 to 2.5 billion euros in 2027. Infineon also announced a $673 million acquisition of the automotive, industrial, and medical sensor business of AMS Osram, strengthening its position in AI infrastructure and power electronics. Counterpoint Research projects the global memory chip market will reach roughly 1,500 trillion won in 2026, a 4.2-fold increase from 2025. Server memory is expected to account for 56% of total memory revenue, up from 37% a year earlier, reflecting continued demand for AI-oriented DRAM and NAND products. In healthcare, reporting highlighted growing compliance and liability concerns as AI systems move into production across scheduling, drug dispensing, patient communication, and diagnostics. Regulators at both the federal level and in states including California, Colorado, and Utah are expanding oversight, creating a more complex compliance landscape for healthcare organizations, insurers, lenders, and financial technology providers. And finally, at Microsoft Build, accessibility experts Aaron Gustafson, Jesse Lorenz, and Carrie Fisher emphasized a message that resonates across AI development. AI does not fix a broken process. It accelerates whatever process already exists. Their presentation argued that accessibility must be built into planning, design, development, and CI/CD workflows because remediation costs can increase by factors of 10, 100, or even 1,000 as issues move later into the software lifecycle. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.